Hi everybody. So let's just review the market today and what opportunities were available. The key one I thought was in gold. Price went down, started breaking to the downside, and then you had this demand breakout right here, and a full pullback to retest. So this was a really nice break right here with an expansion in volume and the biggest up move in 50 columns, 50 with volume, and then it just started pulling back and gave an entry at the full pullback to test. So this is how it looked on the wave chart. Right here is the demand, and as far as waves are concerned, I think this was the biggest in 49 waves, price and volume. 49 plus waves. So obviously 49 up waves, not just waves, but up waves. And what's really nice is that you could tell in the background when you have that highlighted green bars that that's indication of strength within the wave. So from the lows, bang, bang, strength within the wave has follow through and then pulls back for full test. That's where the entry is. And then you see the green, coming from the lows, not either breaking out or coming from the lows. So here you have it coming again from the lows, aggressive buying, and goes up. All right. So I don't think there was anything else. Ooh, copper right now is, oh boy. Let's see this. This I can't read. Money's coming into the market and it's going up. Anyway, it's after hours, so I don't want to. Let's see what else. All right. Oh, same thing with euro. What's going on here? There's money coming into the market. As you go down, you see the consecutive green bars. That's buying activity. So basically just preliminary buying, but it has to prove itself with a breakout. And right now, look at this position. This is in a spring position. The timing is a little bit off because of the time right now, but generally this is a really nice area. If it might break this low and then reverse, so we'll see that. There was also an opportunity in Bitcoin right here, but it was a little bit nasty because the demand came in, pulled back, and rallied. So now it's on a buy. All right, because this is not a weak rally. Its demand is coming in, came in here, and then came in here, and then it finally did a very nice rally based on 49 plus waves, up waves, right? But I did not like this break. But it turned out that was really a spring or a shakeout before this bull run. So now they have some supply, and I don't want any part of it now. All right. Anyway, so the this is really nice. All right. Let's move on to other markets and see what else. So the market's been on a tear, and initially there was an opportunity right here, which I thought would have materialized, but it's just too strong. So see the price is going higher, and then this was the supply that came in, but it just got bought up. So it just continued higher. This is what happens when you short a market in an uptrend. And this is very important to know that one of the reasons why some of these signals will fail is because you're selling an upthrust in an uptrend. Just like if you try to buy a spring in a downtrend, just be ready. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. So the most important factor is always trend. Always trend, then the other things like relative strength and trend, and then there are other factors that come into play. But here, the attempted break was unsuccessful because of the trend of the higher time frame. Same thing here. Okay, and there was one opportunity in crude. All right, so you see that this market's pretty flat, right? It's not like the ES or the NASDAQ. It looks flat right here. So this has more probability of both because it's range bound. It's acting like it's range bound. And here you have supply come in. This is a very nice break. The size of this bar is very telling. See that big red? And after that it tests and breaks. Right? I bet this low is going to be taken out also. There's too many. You have 87, 97, 99. All three can be wiped. Actually, you have 4, but 3 of these are very closely, tightly coupled. And finally, you have in nat gas, but this is a very challenging trade to do. And the reason is, I thought it was going to go over here because this rally, you had some preliminary buying activity and then some down rallies, and then here was the ability to go up, where it proved itself with a very nice rally. And there was a pullback to test, which allowed for only a little move. And then after that, this was because of the numbers that came out, some fundamental news that came out on that gas, and it just broke down on it. After it broke down on it, guess what? Buying activity came in. There's the demand. Pull back, hold, and then break. Look how, see? And all the way up. So looking for demand and supply and all of that, but it's always tricky if you don't have a trend on your side. Then there's a lot of things that are unfavorable. For example, the pullbacks will not make a higher low. They have a tendency to spring the demand low. And the probabilities as well as the targets of how far it'll go. Now, why does that happen? Because when you have a spring in a downtrend, a lot of times the spring in a downtrend has demand coming on it that is short covering. So when you have a spring in a downtrend, they're covering on new lows. All right, see, like over here, this low, it gets taken, they cover. So this low gets taken, and there's a report coming out. So what they'll do is they'll cover the position, and they'll create a move. But that move is a short covering rally. So it's short-lived. It's not accumulation. Spring in an uptrend is more likely accumulation or a form of accumulation, whereas the spring in a downtrend that has demand is more likely short-lived with very, very deeper tests, because a lot of times it's short covering, not accumulation. All right, that's all I got. Have a good day.